Quantum physics, the end of the line for materialism? Hi, I'm Jim Gleason for Science, God, and You with a brief excerpt from my upcoming book, The Ancient Theory of Everything. Let's start with a scientific term, teeny-weeny. Consider the absolutely teeniest, weeniest thing imaginable, the smallest particle of the smallest particle. This is the fundamental building block of everything in the, quote, physical world. Teeny-weeny loops of energy called strings. Many scientists say that they are what everything is made of, and they exist and comprise a unified field. A unified field is a term scientists give to what is essentially everything. Take a deep breath, big news, everything. Rocks, worms, flowers, people, everything is made of the same thing. This, of course, can't be proven. There are many sub-theories that comprise string theory, but they all defy scientific methodology for experimentation and proof. As you have probably heard, scientists have been stumped for years trying to come up with a theory of everything. The problem, of course, is the huge gap between the seeming mechanical precision of the macro world, the world we see, and the quantum, teeny-weeny, world of entanglement, or as Einstein called it, spooky action at a distance, and its fundamental probabilities. The assumption being that there must be a theory that would connect and include both areas in an overarching theory of everything. But what if the reason they are stumped on how to connect the two worlds, the macro and the micro, is that there aren't two worlds, two real worlds anyway? What if the macro world, which is what seems to be measurable, is only measurable because we think it's measurable? It could be that we are just as prone to unpredictable possibilities as the world of vibrating strings is, because our macro world is only a world of perception, made up of vibrating strings. There was a famous French mathematician whose thoughts presupposed the quest for a theory of everything. He seemed to recognize the simplicity which would need to characterize such a theory when he said, "An intellectual which at a given instant knew all the forces acting in nature, the position of all things of which the world consists, supposing the said intellect were vast enough to subject these data to analysis, would embrace in the same formula the motions of the greatest bodies in the universe and those of the slightest atoms. Nothing could be uncertain for it, and the future, like the past, would be present to its eyes." There have been many successes in the study of quantum theory, but as physicist Lee Smolin has said, there are many experts who are convinced that quantum theory hides something essential about the nature that we need to know. Is this a classic understatement? I don't want to put thoughts in your head, but yes I do. But could this be any more understated? Dr. Smolin, in his wonderful book, The Trouble with Physics, goes on to bemoan a state of science in which we are accidental descendants of an ancient primate who appeared only very recently in the history of the world. And then he says, "It cannot be that reality depends on our existence." It cannot be that reality depends on our existence? Is this a valid statement for any scientist to make? Yet it seems to be the stance of the scientific establishment as a whole, and has been for centuries, since Copernicus. So instead of embracing the possibility screamed by what experiments in quantum mechanics obviously indicate, established science looks to ancient aliens as a possible source of life. Realism is what scientists call the view that there is a real world out there, independent of what humans might do, say, or think. Some call it RWOT, the real world out there. There are literally thousands of physicists all over the world working feverishly on scientific ways to resolve the problems presented by quantum theory and string theory. They either have to find a way to make complete sense out of them, or to invent a new theory that resolves these issues, but it could be that the problem is science itself and its self-imposed need to ignore the supernatural, the spiritual consciousness, or whatever might lie beyond what they see as a mechanical universe. This, even though their own science is screaming at them that they have reached the end of the line on materialism. Thanks for watching. This is Jim Gleason. Please share this video.